Thank you, guys. In the summer of 2010, I was living in New Jersey, and what that meant was I was driving into the city all the time. And if you live in New Jersey and you do improv and stuff like that, then you have a bunch of rehearsals during the day, so you don't go home. You just stick around because it costs a lot to get in. So this one day I'd finished a rehearsal, and I had like 2 hours before my next one. So I opened up my trunk to put some stuff away, and staring back at me in my trunk is the head of my bear suit. I own a bear suit. I bought it with a sketch group that I had, and I lent the head to a friend for his sketch, and then I just never took it out. So since I had 2 hours, I just looked at that thing and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put it on and walk around. And I was like, I know this is crossing a line of sanity, but I really want to see what people do. So I put it on, and then I just started walking around, and I thought, honestly, that people would be like, fuck you. Like, people would hate me, and they loved it. I was walking around, and people were just like, ah, and kids were like, take a picture with me. And parents let their kids take a picture with me, which is crazy. But it was so cool. I was like a celebrity for a day. It was amazing. I'll tell you my two favorite moments. I walked by this guy in a wheelchair who's just having a shit life, you know? And he had a sign out. And then he just looks up and he goes, ho! And then behind me I hear, man, that dude ain't scared of nothing. And then another time, there was a sidewalk under construction, and I walk around it, and there's some woman just squatting, peeing, like, on the street, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't, oh my God. And as I'm walking away, she goes, ha ha, you know what I'm talking about. And I was like, you know what, you're right, lady. I was getting all judgmental of her, but like, I'm just a different kind of crazy than you are. And then one day I was walking around Times Square, and this cop comes up to me, and there are two cops on either side of me all of a sudden. You can't really turn your head that well. So he goes, what are we doing here, pal? Which is an awesome thing to ask a guy in a bear head. Because like, I don't know, I have time. I have the time for this. So he wants to arrest me, and then his partner is like, all right, let him go. And I was trying to think of what I would yell if I could. They were stuffing me into the trunk, into the back seat with a bear head on. But I got really afraid, and I stopped doing it. And I realized that was something that's contrary to two things that I believe through doing improv and just living. One is I believe if you're afraid of something, you should do it. And two, that if you show people they don't have to be afraid of something, they will really love you for it. And I finally decided what I would yell if I was stuffed in the back of a cop car with my bear head on. And it would be, fight Big Honey! The honey industry owns the cops! Fight Big Honey! Thank you guys very much.